Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. Look, if you're trying to get a higher limit credit card, okay? And what I mean by that, you're trying to get a credit card pre-approval that you know that's going to guarantee you a higher starting limit. Now, with these financial institutions I'm going to talk about today, they are some of the cards that will actually show you exactly how much you actually qualify for before you actually pull the trigger. So they have pre-qualifications that you're able to do so you can avoid the hard inquiry before you actually go after the card. Now, the first card we're going to talk about is Citibank. Citibank has a Citibank Platinum Select. Now, some people said that they have been able to get this card starting at $5,000. Now, there has been some people in the past that have burnt Citibank, and one of those people that burnt Citibank, they had a second chance at a bite of the apple. Okay, and so what they did, they was actually gardening, meaning that they opened up a checking account with Citibank and they opened up a savings account. Since they had a prior charge-off, it was a 3-year-old charge-off that they had, Citibank still gave them this Citibank Advantage Platinum card, okay? But it didn't start out at $5,000, it actually started out at $3,000, okay? But again, they had taken advantage of Citi in the past. So for Citi to give them a second chance, who knows, other banks, if you have charge off with other banks, that may be a strategy in order for you to get in good graces with other banks. Maybe opening up a checking account, opening up a savings account, maybe doing a CD, a marketing, a money market account. You have to excuse the noise in the back, right? But at the same time, this is very important because I know a lot of people, they may have a lot of collections and stuff and they're trying to start over. And so that definitely could be a great strategy. Now with Citibank, they're usually going to pull the Equifax, all right? So they pull the Equifax 508. Now, let me help you understand about some of these financial institutions I'm telling you about so that you can understand. Many of the financial institutions that we're talking about today, the biggest caveat for most people is the debt to income ratio. Okay, so unlike fintech companies that work with you if you have a 70-75% debt to income ratio, when you're dealing with the banks, the maximum DTI, debt to income ratio, is usually between 50-55%. Okay, even like with credit unions, in which we have a credit union on the list. That being said, another thing you have to look out for is inquiries, multiple inquiries with banks and stuff like that. I keep telling you, the safety threshold is between 6 and 8 inquiries per credit bureau. Okay, so if you go over that 8 inquiries, not saying that you will be denied, but you are in that high danger zone of being denied. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, the second card I'm going to tell you about is the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and the third one is Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now, these cards have starting out between $5,000 and $10,000, all right? But again, the biggest thing that really happens with these here credit cards and stuff like that is they're looking at income. So income plays a big factor. So if you have like a low income, if you're on Social Security, disability, welfare and stuff like that, these here credit cards you may not qualify for. Okay, usually with these type of credit cards, they want your income to be anywhere from, say, 65 and up. All right, some people have gotten away with like a $55,000 income and gotten these cards as well. But I'm saying in terms of safety, to make sure that you get the higher limit is usually about 60, 65 and higher. All right, so that, at least you know that. Now, the next credit card is U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank Altitude card. Now, people say that they've gotten this card and started out at $5,000 as well. Now, with U.S. Bank, they actually pull TransUnion, but depends on where you are in the country. They may pull your Experian, but usually a TransUnion 5.9. Now, I know I didn't say what credit bureau with Chase. So with Chase, they may pull your TransUnion and your Experian at the same time. all right, and that's on a 508 scale. All right, so just keep that in mind with the two Chase Preferred and Chase Reserve cards. Now, if anybody has already gotten these cards, put a comment below. Let me know. Did they give you starting out 5,000? Did they give you starting out 10,000? Let us know if that was something that you actually experienced and what actually did they give you. Now, Chase has one other card that I'm gonna definitely tell you guys about, and it's their Chase Inc. business card. People saying that they're starting out at about $5,000 as well. So if you have a small business and you have at least a 670, 680 credit score, then this may be a credit card for you to go after. Now, another business credit card, I'll give you a few other business credit cards to help you. If you have at least a 580 credit score, you may want to look at the Capital One Spark Business Credit Card. All you need is a 580. Now, they pull on all three credit bureaus, but if you have one or two credit bureaus, they may just decide to pull on just the one credit bureau, but usually they'll pull all three credit bureaus. All right, now with the Chase Inc. with the Capital One Spark Business Credit Card, just keep in mind that business credit card is actually going to report on your personal credit file. Okay, now good thing about these credit cards as well, with Dun and Bradstreet, you don't have to have a Dun's number, you don't have to have a Dun and Bradstreet file, you don't have to have a Paydex score, you don't have to have net 30s in order to get these credit cards. Now there's one other credit card, again, if you have a low credit score and you're trying to get business credit cards, then you want to look at CorePay. CorePay has a business credit card. It's a net 21, but the good thing about it, it reports to Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian, okay? And all you need is at least a 600 credit score. Now, it's a hard pull on the Experian credit file for that one, okay? So that you know it's a 508 as well. Now, the next card that gives you a high limit, they state that's 5 times your income, and which is the X1 card. The X1 card, they say it gives you 5 times the limit on that. Now it's a soft pull to qualify, and then hard pull once you accept the card. Now the other card is NASA. NASA has credit cards, and they give you your pre-approval limits up front. So when you pre-qualify, it actually tell you how much you qualify for. Now, with NASA, their thing is you have to be a part of the the National Space Association in order to become a member. All right. Now you can apply for a credit card before becoming a member, but once you accept it, you still have to become a member in order to get the card. Okay, now they pull your mortgage score, usually your mortgage 2 score. So I know some of you all are like, I never seen a mortgage 2 score. And for those of you that are not familiar with the FICO 8, the FICO 9, your mortgage scores, even your auto scores and stuff like that, click the link in the description. Get your real credit score. If you want to schedule a one-on-one consultation to go over your credit scores, schedule the one-on-one, and I'll show you how that you can possibly take advantage of each scoring system in order to get access to personal credit funding and business credit funding as well. All right, now the Apple card. Now here's the thing about Apple that's going on. They are up in the air because it's through Goldman Sachs, and it's a TransUnion pull. It's a soft pull TransUnion. You can actually get the Apple card without a hard inquiry, okay? Lock in your TransUnion right before you actually apply. You can do the pre-qual, then you lock your TransUnion before you actually pull the trigger. And so what that ends up doing is you end up qualifying for the Apple card. Now here's the thing about it with Goldman Sachs, with the Apple card, right now they're up to $3 billion in losses with the Apple card. All right, so don't know how much longer that Goldman Sachs is going to be supporting the Apple card, but as we know for right now, they are still supporting the card. All right, now if you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.